Hey everybody, hi Happy Cabby. Interesting video for all of you out there who are wondering what I'm talking about. Is he made Happy Cabby made a video called "I'm So Confused," and it has to do with wondering the reason why people are so focused in their pursuits on YouTube. Some people subscribe to only those videos of a particular type, single topics, that sort of thing. And I'm going to make an allusion to one a concept called the Crow epistemology, and I won't reference where that comes from. Those who've studied it enough might recognize it. Maybe they'll post a response to this. The Crow epistemology was based on a study by someone who had observed that there were some crows. I'm not exactly sure of the scenario, but there was a little forest, cluster of trees in the middle of a cornfield, and there was a forest around it, something to that effect, place where things would be concealed, people. So this person had walked out into the field, and the crows would fly up to the top of the trees. The person would walk out into the little cluster of trees in the middle and be in there for a while, and the crows would not return to the cornfield until that person had walked back out and away, back to the large cluster. And he tried it again with 2 people, and he tried it with 3 people, and tried it with 4 people, and he found that there was a limit to the number of people that they could actually perceive. So there would be along the lines of 1, 2, 3, many. The person would go take 2 people out to the middle forest, and the crows wouldn't come back down to the cornfield until those 2 people came out. Then 3 people would go into the cluster of trees in the middle, and the crows would fly away, and they wouldn't come back down until those people, all 3, came out. And then they tried 4 people going out to the center cluster, and the crows, then 2 people would come back out, and the crows would, or was it 3? Well, whatever. The 3 would come back out, and the crows would come back down, even though there was still one in there. So the crows' perception was of numbers was in the form of 1, 2, 3, many. Now perception is opposed to conception, because if you sit there and you count something, you can take as much, if you have as much time as you're allotted, because we have the capacity to create these concepts of numbers, we can count. But that's a concept. To perceive is a different thing. We have a larger capacity than the crows do. But what we can perceive 6, we can perceive 5. You know, each of us as individuals may vary from point to point, depending on the individual. But the idea is the limitation to the perceptions. The same thing may apply to the idea of why people would have such a narrow focus on things. I know that I can have a pretty narrow focus on certain things. It depends on what I'm particularly interested in at the time. So that may go to some lengths of explaining why people would be so focused like that. Yes, you're absolutely right. There is a great deal on YouTube out there if you give it a chance and you do a little bit of exploring. It depends on where I'm at any given time. I'll go exploring on something at a different time. But it depends what piques my interest. Whatever I'm interested in, I'll search for, I'll focus on. It doesn't necessarily mean I'll subscribe. So I saw another comment where someone said that people can often subscribe to certain things that interest them as a common element, but still explore other various areas. So there's a lot of leeway and a lot of possibilities there. One of them is that Crow epistemology may have some sort of interplay or I don't know what to call it right now, some sort of connection to why we behave in that particular way. Interest, focus. Some people can broaden their focus and sphere of interest in a large array of things. Beneficial, yes. Some of those people who can do that do tend to advance themselves a lot better than a lot of us. Well, that's the way I see it. Let me know what you think. Thanks, Happy Cabby. Good question.